with you. And let's give you those starting lineups as the Blue Devils look to bounce back. Syracuse looks to win its 7th in a row. Up top for Duke, it is Michelle Cooper and Kat Rayner, Sophie Jones, Elle Piper, Emily Royson, Maggie Graham, Katie Groff, Delaney Graham, Mackenzie Pluck, and Jenna Royson round out the lineup with Ruthie Jones in between the pipes.
Absolutely. Michelle Cooper is somebody that you're really going to be wanting to watch out for if you are Syracuse, if you are head coach Nikki Adams. She's somebody who is explosive. She can get from point A to point B so quickly. She's a hard worker on both sides of the ball. She can turn. She can play. She can play in behind. She can play in underneath. She's somebody that is very crucial for the Orange to watch out for.
Both teams kneel in unity, and we are set to begin here from SU Soccer Stadium in front of a packed house. I gave you the Duke starting lineup. Let's give you SU's starting lineup, who you see at midfield, at the midfield line. That is Erin Fleury, who scored a penalty kick in the last game for Syracuse. Ashley Roush, Jenna Tivnan, the captain, Kate Murphy, Maya McDermott, Kobe Commandant, Emma Klein, Chelsea Demond, and Shea Vanderbosch rounded out.
Kobe Commandant is a midfielder that has been so crucial for the Orange. She's been a part of every game. You want to watch out for her and how she, firstly, commands the field.
Early turnover for the Orange. Raider moving inside near the 18-meter box. Crossed in. Syracuse trying to evade the pressure. Groff cannot hold on to it, and now here is Erin Fleury with space. Through ball ahead. Can Chelsea Demond get there? And it's going to be a foul against the Orange.
If you're Duke there, you do not want to be turning and facing your own net this early. We're not even a minute into the match. You know, you have the speed of Chelsea Demond up there, and you have to keep her in front of you.
Erin Fleury and Chelsea Demond really been the heartbeat of this offense, each with 4 goals. Demond leading the way with 11 total points for Syracuse. A 7-1 start for the Orange. And a turnover for the Blue Devils will give it back to Syracuse. Duke able to win it back. Here's Maggie Graham. Maggie and Delaney in the starting lineup. One of 2 sister pairings for this Duke team.
Their head coach talked about just how competitive they are. So having the pair of them out on the field, not necessarily playing against each other like they do in practice typically, but on the field together, I mean, they're a force. They're a force to be reckoned with.
2 veteran players on this Duke side that is loaded with experience and with veterans, returning much of its team from one that made the NCAA quarterfinals a season ago.
Somebody else you want to be looking out for is Mackenzie Pluck, number 24 on the left side of this field. She is a 5th year, a returning player herself who, I mean, she imposes her will onto the back line, has scored multiple of times over these past few years. And again, coupled with that experience, she's going to cause problems for Q's.
Duke will play it back. Emily Royson, the leader of this Duke defense. 24 shutouts in the 3 seasons she's been a part of the back line. Now played ahead. Here is Pluck. Driving it in. Well, a good attempt, but Shea Vanderbosch collects her first save of the night.
I like how Mackenzie Pluck she is tempting Shea Vanderbosch early on here, but I feel like she almost settled for that opportunity there. There weren't enough numbers moving forward for Duke. So honestly, rather than a cross, strike that harder. Toe down, laces through the ball. I mean, as much as she tested her, it could have been better.
SU plays it in, and here is Demond looking for space on the near side. One-on-one with Elle Piper. Looking for the cross in. And well fought off by the Blue Devils. Katie Groff, the senior defender, able to play it back. And now Duke slowing things down in their own end.
This is something that Duke has been trying to work on. Is their identity over the past few years has been a possession-based team. As much as I was talking about Mackenzie Pluck earlier, Duke is a team that wants to impose their will, their style of play, their speed of play, and it's crucial that they do that here as well.
A chance moving in, but the pass too far from Groff. She was looking for the superstar sophomore Michelle Cooper, but she overshot her. That's what the Blue Devils have really done so far, is put a little bit of pressure and advance it close to that 18-yard box.
And that, in a way, is exactly what they're trying to do, and that's what you're going to see from Michelle Cooper this entire game long. She has the athleticism, the speed, she has the stamina to be able to put pressure on back lines at all times during the game. So a player like Jenna Tiven is going to have a lot to deal with when it comes to Michelle Cooper.
Duke team that likes to attack. They were held to just 2 shots in that really kind of shocking loss at home in Durham against North Carolina, a 3-0 defeat where the Tar Heels outshot them 15-2. Looking to play it forward again. Michelle Cooper. Beautiful through ball ahead, but Delaney Graham can't come up with it. Syracuse able to win it back. Kate Murphy plays it ahead. And it's given away again. That is what has happened every time Syracuse has tried to play it forward in the attacking end.
It was a beautiful job by Kate Murphy to get stuck in there. But once Syracuse wins the ball, they have to maintain their possession. They can't force these balls down the line when they don't have numbers quite yet to get around it. Instead, hold the ball, stay composed. You want to make Duke chase. If Duke is a possession-paced team, make sure that they do not have possession.
SU battling to win it back, and they do. Played ahead. Damond with a chance. Is she onside? Yes, a chance! And just over the crossbar. Oh, you don't get much better looks than that.
What a run. Look at Chelsea Damond putting pressure on their back line. It was a beautiful chip, and it was deflected by a Duke defender, and rather lucky on their end that it just went right over that crossbar.
Dangerous. The first shot of the game, really the first chance of the game at all for the Syracuse offense. It nearly found the back of the net. Just over 7 minutes gone by. SU wins it back again. Damond moving with. And it's kicked out of bounds. Emily Royson forces it out, but SU from the far side will have the first corner kick of the game.
Actually, I think this is a throw-in here. Is it not?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
On the far side, Aaron Fleury, who notched a penalty kick. SU's first PK of the season in the win over Cornell. Now a shot from just outside the box. One hopper, and the first save for the senior experienced goalkeeper, Ruthie Jones.
That ball almost trickled in there. There wasn't enough power behind that shot, but kudos to the Orange for getting shots up there. The only way that you can score is quite literally if you shoot. Putting this ball on frame is going to be key for them, but you, again, have to get power behind that. Something Chelsea Damond did earlier was when she saw that window, that small space of opportunity, you have to be able to shoot, even if it's only what seems to be 2 centimeters of space. And it was, again, another Syracuse opportunity where if the shot is on, take it.
The Orange and the number 3 Blue Devils. SU looking for an upset. Cuse does not have a ranked victory since 2001. Number 3 Duke, and then number 2 North Carolina on tap. That's coming up next Thursday here on ACC Network Extra.
2 back-to-back North Carolina powerhouses, and not just North Carolina powerhouses, but national powerhouses. Cuse has their hands full.
An on-conference slate coming to a close. Mackenzie Pluck, and now it's played too far forward. Maggie Graham, she was looking for Elle Piper, but it's a Blue Devils turnover, and now a throw-in for SU. There's Damond again. Finding an open target at midfield. Now playing it forward. Can Fleury get there? And well defended by the Blue Devils. No score, 9 minutes gone by here at SU Soccer Stadium. Zach Letson, Cindy Staples. Glad you're with us on a Friday night here on ACC Network Extra.
Friday night lights for an amazing soccer game. Again, ACC is known as one of the best soccer conferences in the country, if not the best. So, I mean, the crowd here, I mean, the amount of high schools that are coming out to play these two teams battle, it's great. I love to see it. I love to see numbers in the SU Soccer Stadium, filling those stands.
A packed house, a lot of buzz surrounding this Syracuse team that has its longest winning streak in over 2 decades. 7-1 start for head coach Nikki Adams. Kat Rader, one of 2 starting forwards on the far side, looking for some space. Maggie Grant. She threads it forward. Right into the breadbasket of Shea Vanderbosch, who's yet to really be tested tonight so far.
Duke has lined up in a 4-3-3 for this match, and something that a 4-3-3 is so good at doing is being able to play the ball centrally. However, when you're attacking, it's crucial that you spread out the field as wide as you possibly can. You want as much space to be able to do your attacking thing as you can. So these through balls that are getting slotted down the center, it's not utilizing the space on the field as well as the Devils could be.
Syracuse will kick it forward. And the junior defender, Kate Murphy, to take the free kick. No score here at SU Soccer Stadium, nearly 11 minutes past. Number 3 Duke and 7-1 Syracuse. Played in, only blue shirts there. It takes a bounce. And DeMond had an opportunity but shot it wide to the left.
Again, I like that DeMond is looking for these chances, but number 1, playing a ball that's not even on frame is not going to help. And number 2, she had more time. You know, she would have been able to settle that, take time, put it on her left foot even, but it seemed almost forced there. And again, as much as you had 3 blue shirts in front of you, they weren't applying any pressure towards her.
Yeah, it took a fortuitous bounce as well. Just Duke defenders, and it bounced right to her. 2 opportunities for Syracuse early, no score in the ACC opener for both of these teams. Aaron Fleury with it. And guarded tightly by Rader. And it'll be a foul against Rader and the Blue Devils. So give Syracuse another free kick. Looking for the first punch. They nearly had it. Chelsea DeMond, a breakaway opportunity. Murphy teeing it up. Syracuse with 5 near the box. Played into the far side. And the Orange win a corner kick.
It was a great job by Jenna Tipping getting in backside there. A beautiful ball played in by Kate Murphy. And now would you look at that, a corner. And Hughes has typically done very well on corners. They get great opportunities. And as much, Kate Murphy is somebody who's even scored off of one. Her first career goal was off of a corner.
Well, she'll be the one to take it. 2nd corner kick of the game. Both of them belong to the Orange. 13 minutes past at SU Soccer Stadium. Real opportunity in the box before it's now played back out.
It was a well-driven ball there, but just not the greatest touch to get that in front of you for a real shot opportunity.
Another throw in for the Orange. Kylan Grant, she gets the start for Syracuse. She'll throw it in. Looking for an open target. Doesn't see one. Now we'll find DeMond pinned pretty back near that out-of-bounds line. And now they'll do it again. This time in Aaron Fleury. Finds a crease. And now moves in. McDermott. And a DeMond. And takes a hop. Into the breadbasket of Jones, but Syracuse applying the pressure again.
As much as head coach Church for the Blue Devils was saying, Chelsea Demond is somebody we do not want to touch the ball. She's touching it almost too much for their liking, in a sense. Again, 3 solid shot opportunities. This is great for the Orange, especially heading into this conference play.
Beautiful through ball forward. It's the dangerous sophomore Michelle Cooper. But she overshot her target. Fleury looking for the tackle. They're going to call her for a foul, and, well, she's not a fan of it. Duke will play it quickly.
Now, if you're Duke here, again, there is no rush. There is so much soccer to be played. We're talking, oh my goodness, we're talking maybe 75 minutes left to play here? Maybe a little. My math isn't the greatest. However,
you got it.
However, Duke right now, in a play like that, they're forcing it. You have so much time to work with. You have so much of the game left here. If you are a team that wants to be possession-based, forcing balls up the line and through are not going to be the way that you play and the way that you find success. Right now, it's playing it around the back, playing it around the back line, changing the point of attack, finding a player like Sophie Jones in the midfield who is so good with the ball at her feet. Let her change the point of attack. Let her dictate what's going on in the midfield.
Cooper plays it back. Now L. Piper. Syracuse continue to apply that pressure. Duke in no rush. The Orange holding their own with the number 3 team in the country here early on. No score from SU Soccer Stadium. Here in minute number 16.
Watch as Duke here on the left-hand side is getting as wide as they can, again stretching the field. This is crucial for Duke if they want to possess around the Orange.
Both teams have had opportunities. Syracuse a 4-1 advantage in the shot department. Cooper looking for some space. Now Maggie Graham. Shut down by Syracuse, but Duke wins it back. All right, look out, it's Cooper. Plays it forward. A dangerous opportunity. Mackenzie Plunk, a nice move. Syracuse there, and Vanderbosch with a lunge corrals it.
That was fantastic combination play by the Duke Blue Devils. Michelle Cooper has been sitting back almost on this top line. She's been coming back to receive balls with pressure on her back. She found a player like Mackenzie Pluck in the run of play. It was great patience that Pluck displayed in the 18-yard box. But when you're that close, there weren't necessarily too many numbers backside for Mackenzie Pluck to play it to. Find one yourself. Test it near post. Keep Shea Vanderbosch honest on her line.
Someone that's played now in 93 games for Duke in Pluck. A team loaded with experience is Duke. Now another opportunity, Jones. Good tackle from the Orange, and in fact, they win it back. Kate Murphy will throw it in. Crowd filling in at SU Soccer Stadium. 27 minutes to play in half number 1. And this Friday night primetime matchup to open up ACC play. Emily Royson. Has to play it back. Blue Devils have kind of taken a hold of possession, but held the ball for a while in their own end. Now Syracuse with the turnover.
Now, if you're Syracuse here, play it back to your back line. Establish possession yourself. You have time, you have space, and you want to declare that against a team like Duke.
Played upfield, Kat Rader on the far side. Of 2 starting forwards. Now a chance, Cooper inside the box. That cross is kicked away. And the Orange able to clear now. Fleury moving upfield. Here comes the counter. Well defended by the Blue Devils, but now it's going to be a foul. Over-aggressive was Delaney Graham. And it's another free kick for Syracuse.
Although that's a booking, I love that Delaney Graham was not letting Erin Fleury get past her. If you get beat on the sideline, you better work your butt back to not let them burn you even more. So as much as that is a booking for the Blue Devils, it shows how much heart. And again, we talked about how Delaney Graham and her sister are so competitive. You just saw that out right there. We are, 20 minutes into this game. You have to put it all out on the line. It's conference play. What better time to do it?
First yellow card of the match. And it was an attempt to stop the speedy, dangerous Erin Fleury. Now the free kick comes in off the boot from Murphy. It takes an SU bounce. And SU got a cross in. Going down to the box. Jones able to take it away for Duke.
Look at Chelsea DeMond pressuring here. That's great job by DeMond to put this backline under pressure. Again, Duke, a possession-style team. You don't want to give them time to find their footing.
And how about that play from Kylan Grant? Winning it back for Syracuse, giving Duke really no opportunity there. And causing a lot of problems for Mackenzie Pluck, who we just saw put a move on in the 18-yard box and nearly score. 20 minutes passed here in Central New York. Duke has never lost to Syracuse. 6-0-1. The Blue Devils coming off a 3-0 loss to North Carolina 8 days ago. A lot of time for Robbie Church and company to think about that loss and get ready for the start of really the most important part of the season, ACC play. Played ahead beautifully, Chelsea DeMond on the near side. Tries putting on a move, one-on-one, dangerous kick in, and it rolls all the way back. Now here's McDermott. Can she find a crease? Right into the midst of Ruthie Jones.
Syracuse is getting end line. They're finding crosses into the box. Now, something that they could do a little bit better is instead of playing this ball straight into goalkeepers, into the goalkeeper's path, can they face it outwards a little bit more centrally inside of the 18-yard box?
So now we get a stoppage in play, 24-13 reading on the clock in half number one. And Sydney, if you're head coach Nikki Adams, you got to be really pleased with the effort and the performance of this Syracuse team here early on.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with Chelsea DeMond getting end line. I mean, this is a beautiful display of athleticism, and especially not just from Chelsea DeMond. I'm talking from the entire team. Somebody else who may have, we're not talking about her name quite as much, but Emma Klein has been doing a fantastic job in the midfield alongside Ashley Roush and Kobe Commandant. Them three working in together and as a unit in that midfield, it hasn't allowed Duke's midfield to do anything centrally.
5-1 advantage for Syracuse in shots. Something they really dominated against Cornell as well. Vanderbosch only tested twice. She's got 3 clean sheets now on the season. Again, that's a true freshman in between the pipes for Syracuse. Took over the spot of senior Michaela Walsh. The Orange have not looked back. 6 wins in a row. A 7-1 start, really a dream start for Syracuse in 2022.
Something that Syracuse has been wanting to do as a unit, finding their identity this season, has been defending to attack. And when you have a voice and a presence like Shea Vanderbosch, as young as she is, but how well she's been doing, you have somebody like Jenna Tivnan, a 5th year, that is working as a center back. It does a lot moving forward for the midfield, like players like Klein, Roush, Commandant, for players like Fleury. There's so much. When you move as a unit from back to front, as Syracuse has done in the first 20 or so minutes of this game, it not only does it showcase their identity, who they want to be, but it's proving that they're a force here in the ACC. You know, Coach Nikki Adams only has 2 wins under her belt over her few years here, and this could be the year where that might turn around, considering how well they could play.
Orange looking to have a short-term memory in ACC play. 0-10 last season. A win tonight. That'd be the first conference win for Syracuse since October of 2020. Michelle Cooper putting the moves on. Plays it back. Here's Maggie Graham. And now Duke will play it conservative. Bring everybody back and reset. Emily Royson, the junior defender. Boots it ahead. Kate Murphy ready for it.
If you are playing as a winger for Duke, on a ball from Royson like that, you have to be cutting in front of your defenders. You cannot allow Syracuse to be in front of you.
Takes a fortuitous bounce. Maggie Graham with an opportunity, but once again, I mean, we've seen that time and time again tonight, overshooting the target ahead.
Something that is never going to work, no matter how good you are, no matter what level you're playing at. A straight ball to a straight runner. It's either you play a diagonal ball into a straight runner, or you play a straight ball into a diagonal runner. There hasn't been a lot of interchange up top for Duke, and I mean, it's showing. All of these through balls, no one is getting on the end of them.
Ashley Roush plays it back now. Syracuse looking for Damond ahead.
Your ball, Eric, let's go. Your ball.
Once again there, Kate Murphy is fronting somebody like Kat Rader over there. She's not allowing anybody to beat her to the ball.
Aaron Fleury will play it back. No score here at SU Soccer Stadium as we close in on the final 20 minutes of half number 1. And Maya McDermott went flying right by the far side corner.
You have a player like Delaney Graham for Duke who she's so seasoned, and let me tell you, she will get physical. She is a presence on the field, not only with her speed, not only with her technical abilities, but she isn't afraid to get it physical. As you can see, she already has a yellow thus far in this game. She will put it out on the line.
Head coach Robbie Church, he said he wanted his team to be more physical. Said his team was less physical than the side that they were playing last week against North Carolina.
Thus far, the only 2 players I've seen really impose their physical presence on this field for Duke has been Delaney Graham and Michelle Cooper. Other than that, not much else for Duke thus far.
The Orange have held their own, out shooting Duke by 4 here in the early going. Fleury double team near the far sideline. Somehow gets out of it. And now draws a foul. Oh, that's great work by the Syracuse forward, Aaron Fleury. Earning SU yet another free kick.
It was a good decision by Duke to run out there to impose himself in front of that ball because, listen, you need time to get set, especially when you're this close, when a free kick is this close.
Four right on the line for Syracuse. Here it comes. A chance and just over the head. It comes to a Blue Devil. An attempt to clear it away. Instead, it finds Kylan Grant. Jenna Royson exits. Bailey Brewster enters. Substitution here for Robbie Church.
Now, something you don't see very often is teams making changes to their back line. Unless there's injuries, unless there's other kinds of circumstances, your back line is your mainstay. Typically, you're seeing players get the full 90 minutes in every game, back to back to back. But that's how they build their cohesiveness, their unity back there. If anybody on the field needs to be cohesive, it's your back 4. Could be a back 3, could be a back 5. You'll typically see a back 4.
Well, it's another free kick for Syracuse, this time from the near side. Kate Murphy looking for a good ball in, where 5 SU players wait. Instead, she'll just boot it forward to the captain, Jenna Tivnan. Back and forth. Now played ahead, Emma Klein. And she overshot Kylan Grant.
I like that look. It's just a matter of, can someone be there? Now, you have a player like Chelsea DeMond who she has been applying that pressure. She has been working the entirety of this beginning of the game. So playing her in behind might not be the best decision there. That might have been one of Chelsea DeMond's opportunities to rest. So picking and choosing your battles, when you're going to play it through, when you might maintain possession a little bit better, has to be better decision making for the Orange.
See the first substitution up front all night for Duke. Nikki Chico is in, Kat Rader is out. Here's Mackenzie Pluck. Playing it forward, a chance for Cooper. Won't be able to get there. Shea Vanderbosch came off her line and made a great stop.
That was a fantastic decision by Shea Vanderbosch to come out early. Listen, if she wouldn't have, Michelle Cooper would have been off to the races, and it could have been a much different result there. So again, that was a great decision by Shea to come off of her line, make herself big, stop that play early before it could have gotten any potentially worse for the Orange.
Certainly someone you don't want to give space or an opportunity in Cooper, the 2021 ACC Freshman of the Year. Leads the team with 5 goals and 3 assists.
She's not a player I want running at me. That is for sure.
A throw in for the Blue Devils. Fleury trying to get it back for the Orange. Battling for it in that near side corner.
I like that idea by Erin Fleury. I do. Now, of course, playing that ball into play would have been better, but they're testing them. They're getting these balls. They're getting crosses off.
A goal kick for Ruthie Jones. Syracuse with another takeaway. Emma Klein. Now Kate Murphy on the far side. Can she find space? And that is what Erin Fleury has done much of the night. Battle for space and force a Blue Devils defender to be over-aggressive.
Once again, you're going to have somebody like Kate Murphy have an opportunity on a restart, something you don't want to be giving up, especially right now.
How many times have we seen this in the early going?
Gracious, has it been 4?
Too many to count.
Too many, especially for Duke's liking.
Played in near the box. Header comes in, an opportunity. And takes one hop into the midst of Ruthie Jones, but put in a dangerous spot.
As much as Kate Murphy has great services when it comes to free kicks, when it comes to corners, being able to find a player like Jenna Tivnan is key. She positions herself so well on the backside of the frame. She can head balls back into play. She can use her body to get back into play. Great decisions. And overall, just great for Jenna Tivnan to be in that right space at all times. You know, it's fun seeing a center back get involved in some of those offensive plays.
She had her first goal since 2020 and the third of her career in Syracuse's win right up the road at Binghamton, a 2-1 win. That was SU's 5th in a row at the time. Now the winning streak up to 6. Duke forced to clear. Syracuse will get a throw in. No score at SU Soccer Stadium, under 15 minutes to play in half number 1. Just one shot for Duke, 30 minutes in.
30 minutes of play without a goal is not something I was expecting. And especially with how Syracuse has played, they could have had at least 2 thus far. Again, Michelle Cooper could have had one just a few minutes ago, but credit to Shea Vanderbosch for coming off of her line there.
Duke 6-0-1, like we said, against Syracuse. That includes a 2-0 win in Durham last season, a 4-0 win the last time these two teams played in Syracuse. That was back all the way back in 2020. Played forward, Delaney Graham with some speed. Inside the box, plays it forward, a chance, Cooper. It comes back, a shot blocked. Kylan Grant stepping up big for Syracuse. The Orange trying to clear, commands it. Up to Roush, and the Orange do just that. Great defense by Syracuse, now Fleury racing ahead.
That whole play for Duke started on the right side of the field, and that's not a side of the field that they've been playing much in this first half. When you have the speed of Delaney Graham out there, use it. You saw her turn on the Jets and what kind of an opportunity that made for Duke. They've been playing too much on the left side, so instead, switch that point of attack.
Grace Watkins, the substitution, had a real opportunity, if not for Syracuse blocking it in front before it could even get to Vanderbosch.
Would you talk about a first touch of the game? And again, even more credit to somebody like Kylan Grant for staying in front of her, staying goal side of that ball. It was a great decision, great display of defending.
Now Duke in their own half. Emily Royson. Battling is Fleury. It's what she's done all half, stayed aggressive, as has this SU team. They've tried to bring the intensity against the number 3 team in the nation.
For those watching at home, something I want you to pay attention to is the triangle that Emma Klein, number 20, Ashley Roush, number 4, and Kobe Commandant are making, Kobe Commandant, number 16, are making in the midfield. That is crucial in terms of picking off those passing lanes and defending and being able to attack as a unit.
Orange looking to play it forward again and shoved down. That'll be a foul and an easy call for the official. Kate Murphy was basically just thrown to the ground. So it'll be another kick here for Syracuse.
Considering how far out you are, you're not even in your own attacking third. If you're Syracuse, just like they're doing right now, let's maintain possession. Let's take a step back. Let's now dictate the pace of this game a little bit more. Let's find some feet.
Vanderbosch boots it ahead. Erin Fleury able to get away from one, not the next. And Duke ball to the displeasure of the Orange faithful. Now Chico will throw it in again. Devin Lynch checks into the pit on the pitch for the first time. And the midi Maggie Graham exits. 11 minutes to play in half number 1. Still yet to see a goal between Syracuse and number 3 Duke. Zach Letson, Sydney Staples on ACC Network Extra.
Great job by Kylan Grant there to not let her turn her. As much as both of them were facing Kylan Grant's own goal, she did a great job by stepping in right on time to not let her get any farther down that end line.
Olivia Migley plays it back. Can Syracuse come up with a turnover? Looking for it, but DeMond unable to get there. Threaded forward and cleared away. Royson leaving no doubt and no possibility for another Blue Devils turnover.
"10 minutes to go here, and I'm just itching to see a goal."
Shots 5-1 in favor of Syracuse. Corner kicks 1-0 in favor of Syracuse. The Orange have had their chances. Here's Grace Watkins, who had a great chance just a few moments ago, one-on-one. Played forward again, SU able to turn it over again. Now the all-dangerous Chelsea DeMont. Racing forward, met by 2 defenders who get the better of it.
As much as I love the pressure that Chelsea DeMont is putting there were no numbers moving forward. She was dribbling at 4 different Duke Blue Devils in front of her. Can she pull it back? Can she find feet? They're so good at their transitions, but they really have to pick and choose when they want to do them.
Delaney Graham unable to get any space. Instead, Kate Murphy takes it away. Commandant plays it forward. Racing ahead, DeMont goes tumbling down.
Here's There's little to no consistency for Duke on the ball, let alone for the amount of fouls and the amount of balls that they're giving up. Just a little mistakes. Listen, you're getting beat down the end line, but can you play them clean? Can you defend them clean? You're giving too many opportunities, too many different set plays for the Orange to counter on.
Orange play it back. And now a whistle. Bailey Brewster up ahead to Emily Royson. And that's the other sister pairing. Talked about it, the Royson sisters, the Graham sisters.
Now, one of those Royson sisters are taking a breather right now, but what's so fun is that the fact that they're both center backs. You know, let's talk about that, not only that sister connection that's going to differentiate themselves, but, you know, playing that critical role is crucial for Duke.
Grace Watkins looking for the edge again. Kylan Grant there to meet her. She gets it back. Opportunity for Cooper. Now Sophie Jones, mauled by multiple orange shirts. And now played back. Syracuse holding their own in the box. Crossed in opportunity for Watkins. Can SU clear it? Yes, they can. Now here's Erin Fleury. Looking for the edge. She just keeps it in. What effort by the Syracuse forward. Now here she comes on the counter. And booted out of bounds.
They're dangerous on transitions, and would you look at that? They took it from one coast and halfway up the other one.
And that was all. Erin Fleury not only forcing the loose ball, then keeping it in bounds and working it into the attacking half.
She's somebody that head coach Nikki Adams was talking about, how she was waiting for this season for Erin Fleury, who, you know, she missed all of last season with an injury. This has been her sophomore season, has been her time to shine. And by means, with 4 goals already on the season, you can only wait and hope for the next one.
Damon plays it in. May have been loose for a moment, then covered up. Ruthie Jones got there before Maya McDermott had a real opportunity.
Jones has been solid in net. Those balls that Syracuse has been playing now, as much as Syracuse could have played those into a better space, they've been no match for Jones because she's been well positioned. She's been solid with her hands. She's been calm, cool, collected in net. She's done a great job keeping the Blue Devils and, well, keeping the score line at 0-0.
Watkins threads it back. Blue Devils looking to play it forward, but not a lot of space to work with. And again, it's Fleury. Well, we talked about it. Really in a groove as much as any player on this Syracuse team. Comes in with goals in the last 2 games for Syracuse, including a penalty kick that opened up the scoring and a 3-0 win Sunday against Cornell. Sophie Jones at midfield. Now Grace Watkins, she's got some space, but one-on-one with Grant again. Can she win it this time? A nice move to the right. Syracuse able to clear it now out of bounds.
I love how she's prodding the defense there, but it's just one touch too many. Can you get it off your foot sooner? Can you take a shot sooner? Quicker decision-making for the Devils is going to be crucial in this final third.
Cooper plays it in. Opportunity for Duke. A chance inside and shot wide to the left.
I love the tenacity of Delaney Graham to get inside the box there and to make that opportunity for herself. An unlucky bounce for the Orange, but what Delaney Graham has to do there instead is, I love the opportunity that was going near post, but she has to find that far post. It was wide open. Shea Vanderbosch did a great job of closing that left post out for Delaney Graham. Now, number 1, Delaney Graham. Can we find it back post? But number 2, can we just put it on frame?
Well, Erin Fleury comes off the pitch to a loud ovation from the Syracuse faithful, and Anna Rupert sees her first minutes of the night. Racing ahead, McDermott. Duke defender Migley goes tumbling down. Out of bounds, Syracuse ball.
Now in these next less than 4 minutes, watch as Anna Rupert and what she can do on the ball. She isn't afraid to take players on 1v1. She's fast. She's a lot of energy out there on the field, and something that Q's really needs. You know, you've played over 40 minutes thus far, a hard 40 minutes. Get some new players in there.
Command it, lost it for SU. Cooper looking for a spin move, went tumbling down, and then gets the call from the official. Jones playing it quickly, but a miscommunication. Duke not ready for it, but winning it back, Bailey Brewster. Foul against the Orange. Duke plays it again.
A rather unnecessary foul. You were so far away from your defensive third. Giving one away there didn't necessarily do much, but it's allowing an opportunity for the Blue Devils here.
Racing ahead, looking for an opportunity. Graham again. She won't have one. Shea Vanderbosch out for the easy scoop. North Carolina's game plan, that was to neutralize Michelle Cooper. You wonder if Nikki Adams and company came in with the same thought process.
I will say, in the first 45 minutes of this game, it looks to be so. You have Kate Gillard and you have Jenna Tibnan back there that have done just that.
Just 2 shots all game for Duke in that loss, 3-0 to North Carolina. That's the tally Duke has so far. Getting outshot 5-2 by Syracuse. Another turnover, Grant able to boot it. Clock ticking down, under 2 minutes to play in half number 1. Still no score here in Syracuse.
A brace before the half could do so much for both of these teams moving forward in the next 45 minutes of this game.
The Orange backing off. Emily Royson looks to play it forward. Can't find Cooper. Rarely have you seen Michelle Cooper with space at any point in this entire game.
But here's the thing, she doesn't necessarily need it. She's good with the ball, with her back under pressure.
Grant looking to chase it down. One-on-one with Watkins. That's been a matchup to watch so far tonight. Looked for a moment that Grant had kept it in, and Syracuse awarded possession. Well, Kylan Grant has held her own. Grace Watkins has been aggressive, but Grant's been up to the task.
Grant has done phenomenal these past 45 minutes. I mean, I have loved watching her. She has dominated this, well, the Duke Blue Devils left side of the field, but the Orange is right.
Final moments in half number 1. 30 seconds left to play. Threaded forward, here's Jones. Can the Blue Devils find one last opportunity in the first half? The answer there was no. Shea Vanderbosch again. She's been all over the box and hasn't really been tested too much in half number 1, keeping this a 0-0 score. And she won't even play it. Final seconds tick off in half number 1, and a half where, Sydney, you got to be real pleased if you're Nikki Adams. 0-0 with the number 3 team in the country as we head to the break.
As much as head coach Nikki Adams is pleased right now, head coach Robbie Church, he is not, and he can't be. In a way, he should almost be thankful it's still 0-0 right now versus 1-0 in favor of the Orange.
Now Syracuse looking for its first win over a ranked team in over 20 years. Its first 7-game winning streak in program history. Will they get it? You'll have to find out when we're back for half number 2. No score between Syracuse and Duke through 45 minutes. We'll be right back on ACC Network Extra. Well, it's Cooper that will start with it from the midfield line, awaiting the whistle from the official. A crowd that is buzzing here in Syracuse. Packed house at SU Soccer Stadium as the Orange go for their first ranked victory since 2001. Winners of 6 in a row, faced with their biggest test this season here tonight, and through 45 minutes have been up to the task. Bailey Brewster plays it up ahead. Murphy ready for it for Syracuse. Maya McDermott plays it forward. Brewster back with it. 3 saves for Ruthie Jones in the first half. It's been put as much or even maybe more to the test than Shea Vanderbosch has. And, well, how many people would have expected that coming in?
Both goalkeepers have been doing a great job at holding their lines, coming off when they need to. It's been a beautiful display of defense for both teams.
It's cleared away by Syracuse, so Duke in the attacking half will throw it in. Here's Cooper. Looked for the ball in, and it was booted back. Now all the way back at the midfield line, Brewster again. Considered the #1 defender in the 2021 class. A Duke team that is loaded with talent. Syracuse has stuck with them so far. Here's Cooper with some space. Tries putting a shot on net. Blocked away by the Orange. Emma Klein went tumbling down. Duke stays with it. Racing in with an opportunity. Pluck. Blocked out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick here for Duke. Their first all match.
This is a prime opportunity for them to really set the tone of this second half. Can they get behind this? Can they finish this one?
Mackenzie Pluck to take from the far side. A chance inside for Sophie Jones. Off an SU defender will do it again. 2 minutes past here in the second half.
If you're taking this corner kick, you don't want to be sending this near post. You want to be sending this towards the PK spot.
Pluck boots it in again. It won't even get in bounds. Oh, a mistake. And a big one at that.
Near post doesn't give anybody the opportunity to get behind that. Corners, these set pieces, these set piece opportunities are crucial for both teams to capitalize on. And when you're playing a ball that's not even getting into the run of play, it's a wasted opportunity.
And we saw Syracuse convert on one of those against Lafayette, but not an easy thing to do to try to tuck the near or the far side post from all the way in the corner.
No, not at all.
So Vanderbosch will boot it away on the goal kick. Trying to play it ahead. Duke able to win it back, not for long. Ashley Roush will force Brewster to race all the way back.
Something of note is Q's men's soccer right now is tied at the half with Clemson 1-1. Clemson being the #1 ranked in the country, and Duke men's soccer is doing a great job, and them and North Carolina are tied 1-1 as well. So all across the board for both the brother teams of Duke and Syracuse soccer, we've got ties across the board right now.
What a night for Syracuse soccer in general. Number 3 team in their own barn on the women's side, and the men's team traveling, playing the #1 team in the country, and both Orange teams are holding their own through one half.
It's a good day to be Syracuse soccer.
Yes, it is.
It's a fun day to be Syracuse soccer right now.
Still some soccer to be played on both fronts, both here and in Clemson, South Carolina. Emily Royson. Nice touch pass forward, finds Sophie Jones being hounded as she threads it forward. Looking for Cooper up ahead. That's been the story tonight, but it takes a fortuitous bounce forward. Cooper on the far side will kick it in. Nearly had the far side post. Vanderbosch went lunging. And, well, that's the best opportunity Michelle Cooper's had all night.
Absolutely. I mean, it started from a player like Mackenzie Pluck there. She got up in the air. She met that ball at its highest point, played it through to Michelle Cooper. And as much as that was a great opportunity, Michelle Cooper has got to get these on frame. She's a youth national team player. She's one of Duke's go-to forwards. She's somebody that when she scores, Duke typically wins. Tonight, it's even more crucial that she can score.
Someone that had 12 goals as a true freshman last season. That was 4th in the entire ACC. ACC Freshman of the Year. Another opportunity here for the Blue Devils. Kat Rayner trying to thread it into Cooper. Instead, it's played back. Katie Groff finding Devin Lynch on the outside. Mackenzie Pluck one-on-one. Cross comes in, a chance, but Raider cannot get near it. Duke applying the pressure. The most pressure they've applied all game.
This is the best offense we're seeing out of them this entire game. I mean, that was a packed full 3 minutes there of just Duke. A lot of it coming from Mackenzie Pluck. I mean, that crossover there, it was beautifully placed. It's just a matter of, can somebody get back post? Can somebody get in behind that?
Yet another corner kick. Duke had 0 in half number 1. They've got 3 inside 6 minutes in half number 2. Will come from the near side. An opportunity. Cooper can't get there. Instead, Aaron Fleury forces it back out. Not completely out. Devin Lynch still with it. One-on-one with Murphy. Cross comes in. Vanderbosch able to push it out. The Syracuse defense is being tested as much as it has been tested all night.
If you're Duke, again, you've had 4 corners here. If I'm not wrong, 4 corners here in this second half within a span of 7 minutes. If you're Duke, you have to be setting players not only near post, but also, can somebody be framing the goalkeeper? Can somebody be causing havoc? As you can see, the ref is actually giving a talking to them right now. Can you have somebody who is framing the net on the backside? Can you have a trash runner? Can you have people running in, out of the box, being dynamic? These corners are beautiful opportunities to put one in the back of the net, but Duke cannot be wasting them with poor positioning.
7 minutes gone by. Here comes corner kick number 4 for the Blue Devils. Played back to the outside, SU ready for it. Damon chasing it out. Instead taken away, Olivia Migley. Staying with it are the Blue Devils. Katie Groff will just play it back as Duke keeps putting the pressure on. Can they find the breakthrough moment? Shea Vanderbosch says not so fast.
Now, if you're Clemson, or excuse me, if you're Syracuse, gosh, I'm getting my oranges mixed up. If you are Syracuse right now, there is no need to be playing a transition ball, even sending a ball up this far. Can we maintain possession? Get the run of play. It has been all Duke here in the first few minutes. They have to slow this pace down and find themselves again on this field.
Kate Murphy near the midfield line. Haven't seen much of that Syracuse offense at work in half number 2. Had some chances in the first half. It's been all Duke in half number 2. But nothing to show for it on the score. Kobe commands it with a lot of space near side. Opportunity to cross it in. Well defended Emily Royson. And Duke ready for it. Migley plays it forward. Commands it, had a lot of space. Duke ready for it. Here's Michelle Cooper. Shoved to the ground, and a whistle will go against Grace Gillard.
It's just not a foul, not necessarily in a position that you want to give one up in. There's no need when you're that far from your goal. Again, everyone's playing Michelle Cooper hard. You know who she is. You don't want her to get the ball. But can you be smart when you're playing her? Play her hard, but play her smart.
Miscommunication, the Blue Devils. That is an unforced mistake. Emily Royson was looking for the pass to the outside. The Blue Devils give it away. 54 minutes through in this match. Number 3 Duke, unranked, yet 7-1 Syracuse. The Orange looking for what would be one of the biggest wins in program history. We do have an update. from the men's game in Clemson, Sydney.
Yeah, Syracuse men's soccer. They put the second one on the board. Almost 3 minutes into the second half, Syracuse is winning 2-1 over the #1 ranked Clemson Tigers.
How about it? The women's team looking for some magic of their own. Raider looking for space on the outside, and there is Grace Gillard. She leads the team in minutes played. But remember, just a true freshman on the back line, averaging 86, over 86. Here's 8 games through for Syracuse. 7-1 their record. Game number 8 for Duke comes in 5-2. The number 3 team in the land.
Grace Gillard is somebody who also has youth and national team experience. Now, over the pond in England.
Opportunity, Kat Rayner still with it. Gives it back, Cooper. Batted away, still in a dangerous area. Vanderbosch seals it.
Syracuse defenders in all the right places inside the 18. I mean, they are making it so difficult for the Blue Devils to score. And again, credit to Shea Vanderbosch for being in the right places at the right time.
The Blue Devils with more good chances already in half number 2 than they probably had the first 45 minutes of this game. Raider just touches it ahead. Here's Olivia Migley. Sophie Jones, the veteran, nearly lost it. Ashley Roush applying some aggressive pressure, and it goes the way of Syracuse. How about that? Physicality. That's really been the word to describe the Orange here so far in this match.
And rather inconsistent for the Duke Blue Devils up until these last 13 or so minutes. And that's something that head coach Robbie Church was talking about, was the team's inconsistency. And that's not something that they've really been known for over these past few years.
Chelsea DeMond racing ahead. Migley there to clear it away. This is a Duke team, number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. They reached the NCAA quarterfinals a season ago. And coming off a loss, Duke is undefeated in their last 8 matches. Syracuse pushing them to the brink here tonight. SU will get it in. Kendall Lauer, first time we've called her name tonight. And the Kobe Commandant. And the foul against the Orange will give possession to Duke. Shots all of a sudden now in favor of the Blue Devils. Offensively, it's really been their half, but you don't see that on the scoreboard.
This is a team that really relies on a player like Michelle Cooper to find the ball at her feet and make something happen. And Cuse has done a really good job of not allowing that to happen at all.
It's what North Carolina did. 3-0 victory for the Heels over Duke. It was Duke's worst loss since November of 2020. Hadn't lost by 3 goals in that long. It's the kind of program that Robbie Church has been running. But it's been a tough stretch. 4 ranked teams for this Duke team. Syracuse unranked, but a 7-1 record. And you'd think they are ranked by the performance we've seen so far.
Listen, we've talked about how in non-conference play, Coach Adams was talking about wanting the Orange to not only stay healthy going into conference play. That's something that they had a lot of issues with last year, but also be confident coming into conference play. And right now, holding the number 3 ranked team in the nation to 0-0 with 30 minutes left to play in the game. I mean, that's very impressive. And let's talk about confidence. This is something to boast about if you're the Orange.
Quite the way to start conference play. Erin Fleury racing ahead. Can she get there? Brilliant tackle by Duke. Bailey Brewster caught up to her, was able to meet her and tackle it out of bounds.
Head coach Church was talking about something, and I wrote this down in my notes in all caps, you cannot turn the ball over to Syracuse in transition, and that's something that Duke has been giving up a lot. Now, they've done a much better job at handling it this second half, but as you can see right now, they're in their defensive third to the Orange because of a transition play from somebody like Aaron Fleury.
Can SU find an opportunity out of it? McDermott in the near side corner. It's kicked out of bounds. Another throw in for Syracuse. It'll be Lauer again. And Fleury immediately met by two defenders. Look out. And that got in the face of Cat Rader. Off of a Syracuse player. And now Rader will throw it in, but not before an official's whistle. And she'll, in fact, head to the bench. And, well, not something you ever want to see. Taking a pretty big blow right to the face with that ball coming right in. Delaney Graham back in to substitute for her.
She's a player that Duke needs right now. They need her speed. They need her athleticism, her technical abilities, her leadership as a fifth year.
Grad student with 87 career starts. Had a real opportunity in the first half. 6th all-time in Blue Devils history in minutes played, so yeah, I think it's fair to call her a veteran.
Just a little bit, you know.
Over 7,400 in case anyone at home's keeping track.
You have a player like Mackenzie Pluck on that left side as well, a fellow fifth year who also has so much experience under her belt. So with her, Cooper, and Graham up top, they really should be doing something with them three in the next 30 minutes. I would expect nothing less out of all of their experience combined.
Blue Devils still looking to try to play it into Cooper. And Syracuse, you can see the game plan has been to neutralize it. Nice touch from Olivia Migley. Racing her way in. Damon looking to catch up. Brought to the outside, and here is Delaney Graham. Damon ready for it, and she takes it away.
Something that the Duke Blue Devils didn't do very much of in the first half was use the right side of the field, and that's seemingly all that they really have been getting a lot of success out of in this half so far.
4 shots for Duke in this half, none for Syracuse. Blue Devils have found their offense. They just haven't found the back of the net. Play to the outside. Olivia Migley will cross it in. Opportunity. SU there ready for it for the moment. Roush looked to clear it away. It'll be in Syracuse's possession.
We talked about the experience of the front three for Duke, but let's talk about the experience of Jenna Tivnan, a fellow fifth year for the Orange in that center back position. Now listen, if you want to have experience anywhere on the field, it's going to be in that center back position. You are at the fulcrum of your team. You're the voice. You are the one that's communicating from the goalkeeper to your midfielders, thus who communicate to their forwards. All things considered, it's been a beautiful battle watching Jenna Tivnan get on the end of corners, both offensive and defensively. And the test that she's been able to really come up well with when it comes to playing Michelle Cooper, Mackenzie Pluck, Delaney Graham. It's exciting to watch.
Someone that Nikki Adams calls a role model for this team. No one on this Orange roster has started more games than the captain Tivnan, now 58 in her career. Here's the star sophomore Cooper, taken away by Syracuse, Ashley Roush. Could not find Damon, battles for it back. Now Damon will cross it in, nobody home for Syracuse. And all appears Damon waves offside.
Now if you notice with that ball across, there were no orange shirts to frame the backside of that net, to be on the receiving end of that cross. And listen, you have 26 minutes left to play. You have 26 minutes left to play to do your best to get one in the back of the net. You have got to be putting everything physically out on this field. 26 minutes left to play and no overtime to follow that. You have literally just 26 minutes in mind moving forward.
An important rule change to college soccer in its first year. There's a giveaway by the Duke keeper, Jones. A nice move by Roush to get 3. She'll try to put it on net from distance. And a worthy attempt. Syracuse trying to get that offensive mojo back that it had in the first half.
You know, there wasn't much pepper behind that ball from Ashley Roush. But in a way, I almost don't necessarily look at it as a shot. I look at it as, you know what, let's get this pressure off of us. Let's get the ball rid of. Let's reset in our midfield. And I like the decision overall. Although it was off frame, didn't have much behind it, it was a good decision.
Well, if you're an Orange fan, you wanted to see more offense. That's what Syracuse is trying to do. Gianna Savella, Anna Rupert, they both checked in for the first time in this half. Played back to Brewster. SU with another takeaway. There is Savella, played ahead. Aaron Fleury, not onside.
She came in from an offsides position. I think it was a beautiful trap by both players, using their chest to get that ball out of the air. But when Fleury comes from an offside position, that doesn't help at all.
Syracuse crowd here at SU Soccer Stadium's on the edge of their feet. Megley just able to keep it in. Anna Rupert, the substitution, right there with her. Into the stands it goes.
That's got to be a good feeling, catching it versus getting hit by it.
Under 25 minutes to play, Syracuse and number 3 Duke deadlocked. How many would have expected this? Neither one of these teams has a draw to their name. Syracuse is 7-1, Duke is 5-2. 24 minutes away from that very reality.
And that one game that Syracuse has lost thus far has almost been like an outlier, them losing to UConn. You would never think that that would have happened to them with how they're playing against the Blue Devils tonight.
A 6-0 defeat, but boy, that feels like an awful long time ago. 6 straight wins since then. They've had a change in net with Shane Vanderbosch, and Syracuse has really taken command of the non-conference and now opening up ACC play, hanging in with the number 3 team in the lands. Cooper applying some pressure. Vanderbosch gets it away. Now Jones plays it back. She finds Cooper on the near side. Can she play it in? One-on-one with Roush. Threads it in beautifully. Opportunity. Wide of the net. Delaney Graham again. And a near identical chance. And Sydney, a near identical result to what we saw with Graham in the first half.
I love how versatile she is as a player. Typically, she's playing as an outside back, but she's playing as a forward. They need her speed and everything up top. Now, her combination play with Michelle Cooper, you can tell that they read each other's runs very well. But once again, Delaney Graham is just going near post, and it's not on frame. Can you put that ball back into play for somebody running onto it if you're Delaney Graham? Can you at least put that ball on frame if you're shooting it? If not, backside versus going near post.
Duke wins it back again. Cooper with space. She'll let it fly right into the chest. Vanderbosch ready again.
Michelle Cooper has got to get back in this game at some point, some way, somehow. And shooting, no matter from how far out, is one way for her to get back into it.
You can tell the urgency, the mindset maybe changed a little bit for Duke, especially offensively. The pressure is on. Sophie Jones, she finds Katie Groff ahead. The Syracuse team, really a defense-first team. It starts 5 defenders. Does their mindset change, or do you kind of stick to the same kind of game plan?
I think right now you stick to the game plan, but you really capitalize on your transitions. You play smart when you're on defense, of course, as any team would. But when you do get that ball in your attacking third, and it seemed to be rather not as often in this half versus the first, you have to be clinical. You have to be putting these in the back of the net. Again, I've mentioned this before. Can you frame all of your runs to go near post, central, to the goalkeeper, back post? Can you have somebody trash on top of the 18? Can you get end line? Can you use Chelsea DeMond's speed? She's been a little bit more quiet in this half than in the first one.
Oh, there's a very good sign. Kat Rader, who took a tough hit earlier in the half, she checks back in. Heading to the bench, that is the freshman Elle Piper. 21 minutes to play at SU Soccer Stadium. We've yet to see a goal. Trying to apply pressure is Duke. And Devin Lynch cannot get inside the box. Here come the Orange. Take it away right back.
You know, the Duke coach was talking about the fact that Duke's best defense is keeping the ball, is possession. And, you know, we talk about Syracuse and how they want to defend to attack, and Duke is very similar in that way. Their defending is keeping the ball to themselves, and that's how they attack. They keep their possession from the defensive end of the field and translate that to the opposite. Both teams actually have very similar game plans heading into this. It's just a matter of who is going to be steadfast in their defensive end, who is going to keep this, keep no goals going into the back of the net here.
Syracuse player shoved to the ground. And that will finally give this Orange offense a little bit of life and a free kick. SU has not been able to play it too often in the attacking half. Here in the second half. And now it's just given right back. Any momentum Syracuse may have had. Now the Blue Devils back with possession. Maya McDermott with the foul. Bailey Brewster looking for Michelle Cooper. Can she get free?
Grace Giller did a good job there not letting her turn. She forces her to play it wide, and that's so much better than being turned on her own heels and having her Michelle Cooper driving at her.
Olivia Migley. Not a bad ball in. It finds Sophie Jones inside the box, trying to play it forward. Opportunity! Goodness. How close was that?
Too close for Syracuse's liking. Listen, as much as it's important to not let somebody like Michelle Cooper turn on you at any point in the game, you can't let her do that to you in the 18-yard box. She's too dangerous. She's too quick to turn. She's great with pressure on her back, as we've mentioned before. It's crucial that Syracuse keeps her in front, stays goal side, doesn't let her turn, especially inside the 18.
And she's been able to find those holes, find those opportunities that she really could not in the first 45. Rader trying to win it back for the Blue Devils. Boots it in the air, racing over Cooper. And Duke will have a throw in with Delaney Graham. Here's Kat Rader again. Cooper on the near side. Plays it to the vet, Sophie Jones. Now back up top. Cross comes in. Good ball for Cooper. Off the crossbar.
If you're Michelle Cooper, you just can't win. The net is not your friend tonight. That was a beautiful ball into her, and I love that she was able to redirect that with her head. She had great awareness of where she was inside the 18-yard box. And my goodness, blame the crossbar. Shaven Bosch was diving up for that, and she's almost thankful for the crossbar.
Almost perfectly placed. Cooper again. Here come the Blue Devils again. It has been Delaney Graham and Michelle Cooper forcing the issue. Really all half. We'll see if that continues. It's been all Blue Devils in half number 2. You're talking about an 8-1 advantage in the shot department. A 4-0 advantage in the corner kick department. Mackenzie Pluck on the far side, trying to cross it in. And Syracuse forces the corner kick. Waiting to check in, Aaron Fleury and Ashley Roush for Syracuse. Pluck will be the one to take it. 5th corner kick of this second half for Duke. Can they find the moment of magic? They've been oh so close. Real opportunity in again. Syracuse clears it away. The speedster Graham catches up to it. And again, this Orange defense staying with it, and staying with it enough for Duke to try to finish. Brewster plays it back. Another ball threaded in. Grace Gillard able to play it back. The Syracuse defense, they've been challenged, but they've stood tall. Another chance on the far side. Cross comes in, opportunity again. Duke continuing to apply the pressure. Now it comes back out free. If you're Syracuse, you're just trying to catch your breath right now.
You're completely pinned into your defensive half.
Commands it. Able to get the deflection. Syracuse wins it back. Do the Orange have a counter?
Once again, that ball right there, a straight ball on to a straight ball to a straight runner. That's never going to work. If you're Syracuse, as I mentioned earlier, you have to capitalize on your transitions and not just give it away in the run of play like that.
Orange clear it away again. But it's only Chelsea DeMond forward as opposed to 3 blue shirts. Not going to work out most of the time. Instead, Delaney Graham again. Looking for Michelle Cooper, can't find her. Blue Devils stay with it. Sophie Jones. Under 15 minutes to play. No score between number 3 Duke and Syracuse.
And really, no opportunities for Syracuse in these past 20 minutes at least.
Mackenzie Pluck fighting near that far side. It's been a real physical game for both teams. Another ball comes in inside the 18. Back out it goes. Pluck with it again. Moving in with space. Can she find a cross? Diving stop by Vanderbosch. It comes back out. A chip shot over the net.
Goodness gracious, I would say more like a shank on that one. I think it was a beautiful attempt by one of the Graham sisters there, but instead she didn't get her head over the ball. It just flew right out. I mean, not even remotely close to the crossbar there. Can she get her laces down, toe down, laces through the ball, head down?
Back on, it's Aaron Fleury. It is Ashley Roush. And Giovanna Savella, Anna Rupert, both come off the pitch. 13 minutes for Syracuse to try to find a moment of magic here at home in front of their fans.
If you're Duke, you have 13 minutes to prove why you are the number 3 team in the nation. And if you're Syracuse, you have 13 minutes to prove that you can hang with the number 3 team in the nation.
Duke's already lost twice this season, but that was to the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country. Here the Orange are unranked, going toe-to-toe. Kat Rader being harassed, forced to play it back to the keeper, Ruthie Jones. Duke looking for space, they play it forward. Look out, it's Michelle Cooper again. One-on-one with the defender, Gillard. Looks for the cross, Gillard ready for it, she gets it back. Cooper looking for the cross in. Comes back out. Syracuse looking for the clear, they don't quite get it. Cooper again. Given away. Now racing ahead. All the way out is Jones.
If you're the Orange, you have to get your numbers up right now. Do not let them come back into your defensive half. Press them, press them, press them. You're known for transition. Get yourselves up there so that you can transition.
Maggie Graham, who just had the opportunity, threaded forward, opportunity in the box. Delaney Graham played forward. Kat Rader could not catch up to it. You can't ask for a much better look than that.
You know, I've been asking for Delaney Graham to go far post this entire game, and would you look at that? It was the best opportunity that I would say maybe the second best of this half, and especially, honestly, this whole game for the Blue Devils.
Well, if that is a couple inches closer to Rayner, she had the whole net to work with inside the 6. Instead, she couldn't catch up to it. Now, much of the story for Duke tonight. Opportunities there, but the finishing hasn't been there. Rader catching up to it again. One-on-one on the near side. Can she cross it in? Kendall Lauer standing there tall with her. Blue Devils forced to play it back all the way to the midfield line. Jones racing for it. Instead, Maya McDermott comes up with it. And another clear for Syracuse. Just missing the head of Fleury. Blue Devils continue to play it forward. Can Robbie Church's team find that moment? Crossed in, another opportunity in the box. They score! Offside.
Wow.
It won't count. My goodness. It looked like the breakthrough moment. The official's hand was up. What more does this game have to offer?
All I can say is wow. Wow. Listen, if that doesn't make you angry as a Blue Devil, I don't know what was. Now you have 10 minutes to put that anger somewhere. Get another. Get another.
Fleury battling for it near the Syracuse bench. One of the Syracuse vocal leaders trying to will her team. Now can Syracuse try to get that offense forward after nearly staring a goal in the face on the other side. Now you got 9 minutes to try to win the match yourself.
Listen, the Orange need to stay here the next 9 minutes. They need to stay in this attacking half, and they need to start taking control of this game. Again, you only have 9 minutes. Play hard for 9 minutes.
Chelsea DeMond, she's had so many moments of magic this season. Nice move to get away from Brewster. Cross it in. No one waiting for it.
I think it was a beautiful ball in, but again, Syracuse, get your numbers in that box. Can somebody be on that? Can somebody be flying in there? Look at all the work that Chelsea DeMond is doing on this left side, and there's no reward for it if nobody is in that box to finish it. Get a touch. Run through that ball. That's all the Orange needed there.
It's been the case more than once in this second half. Those opportunities have been limited on the offensive end for Syracuse. Fleury with a header forward, and it was the right idea for Maya McDermott, but just could not reach her. Now Duke. The Blue Devils thought they had taken the lead. Instead, we'll have to try to go for it again. Maggie Graham. Now played to the near side. Bailey Brewster with space. Kat Rader just outside the box. Back and forth with Cooper. Graham just keeps it in. Cross comes in. Opportunity for a header. Just a bit too much on that cross in. It could not be handled.
That was a sister-to-sister connection there. I will say, though, on the receiving end of that ball, she had already overran that cross too much. As you can see, she was almost leaning backwards when going for that header. There was no way for her to use her neck to redirect that ball with any power. Holding your runs, especially in times like this, 7 minutes to go. Pick and choose when you go, how fast you are running at that pace. You don't want to overrun any balls. All things considered.
Opportunity again for the Blue Devils. Rader racing ahead. She won't have a chance. Kendall Lauer again. Did not play really in that first half. Has had a lot of impact here, especially on the defensive end for the Orange in half number 2. Jones can't hold on to it. Another throw-in for the Blue Devils, but now you're talking about just 6.5 remaining on the clock. Number 3 Duke, unranked Syracuse, going at it, no score. Later had it for a moment in the box until she didn't. Instead commanded, plays it forward. Nice through ball to Fleury, but it's taken away. Sophie Jones. And with a softer touch, Michelle Cooper might have had a look on net. That's what Church said he was hoping for. He said her finishing's great, but to work on that first touch be vastly important.
That first touch quite literally sets you up for what's to come next. If you can get that down, especially with all the talent that Michelle Cooper has, with what her assets are, her physical presence, her technicality, if she can really get that first touch down in front of her feet more times than not, she's going to be even more dangerous than she already is.
Kate Murphy, she's back on the pitch for Syracuse. Maya McDermott heads to the bench.
At this rate, if you're both teams, you get all of your numbers forward. You send somebody that is in your 4-back line and you send them forward. Get them into the attack. You've got 5 minutes. There is nothing left to lose on either side of this ball.
Here's Jenna Royson for Duke. Played all the way back. The Blue Devils, they have had command of possession here in the second half. Beautiful ball into Rayner. It's that first touch again. Could not come down with it otherwise. She was going to have really a fantastic look right at the net.
Syracuse is lucky.
Cannot put a ball into the box much better than that. Instead, yet another corner kick. Now up to 6 here in the second half for Duke. Looking for that moment. On the near post, Jones can't come up with it.
Jenna Tivenet again, not letting anything through her.
The Syracuse captain coming up big, as is Shea Vanderbosch. Yet to be beat tonight. She's got 3 clean sheets on the season, including Syracuse's last game against Cornell. Already has back-to-back clean sheets once this season, looking to do that again. Who will this be awarded to? We see Pauline Machtens, the German national team player. She checks in for the first time. Ashley Roush to the bench. Kendall Lauer, she'll throw it in. Under 4 minutes to work with. Erin Fleury threaded back, was looking for the substitution. Murphy instead out of bounds. Duke trying to rush it forward. Cooper with no space to work with, taken away. Poked ahead. Delaney Graham was looking for it upfield. Syracuse, a lot of orange shirts back. Cleared away. Orange player looking to get there. Fleury goes flying to the ground, and we have our second booking. It goes against Jenna Royson. A physical, aggressive challenge, and Fleury's coming up hobbling.
If you're Syracuse, take as much time as you can right now. You have time to waste on the clock. You're happy to come out of this with a tie. But let alone, of course you're going to go for that win. When it comes to this free kick, can you send numbers up and can you position yourselves to receive this free kick properly? Take your time, position yourselves, put one in the back of the net.
We just saw Kate Murphy come onto the pitch. Might have been for times like this. Only the designated free kick taker for this orange side. Fleury waiting for it down near the box. It does not come to her. Instead, with space and with pace, to Lady Graham. Under 3 minutes to play. Neither side has found that moment. Scoreless at SU Soccer Stadium. Number 3, Duke. Unranked Syracuse. You can tell the urgency has forcibly increased for this Duke team. Michelle Cooper being double teamed. She gets free. Looking for the cross in. cannot find a blue shirt.
Kudos to Grace Gillard for being in the right place at the right time. And Duke here, once again, you've had so many corner opportunities. Do not mess this one up.
Another chance. 4 blue shirts inside the 6.
You can see a lot of runners framing the back post right now.
Jones able to settle it down. Comes back out. Pluck. Dangerous header! And there's the winner! With less than 2 minutes to go, the Blue Devils find their moment.
Once again, now the Duke Blue Devils have actually done something off a corner here. The first one went near post. Sophie Jones was able to kick it back out to Michelle Cooper, who was then again able to place it in what I like to call that corridor of uncertainty. It's from outside of the 6-yard box, in between there and the PK spot. If you're a goalkeeper, you don't know if you should come out off of your line or if you should stay put. Now, when you find somebody's head that directs it right into the right spot of the frame, it doesn't necessarily even matter. But it was a beautifully placed ball and exactly what the Duke Blue Devils needed.
Maggie Graham with the moment of magic. You figure corner kick after corner kick. Now Syracuse, the Orange, such a great effort from SU tonight, but with a goal inside the last 2 minutes, it might not be enough. And Ruthie Jones is in no rush. 3rd goal of the season for Maggie Graham. And first since she scored twice against UNC Greensboro. Raider went tumbling to the ground. Syracuse has less than a minute to work with. Can the Orange put numbers forward? Look out. Dangerous collision at midfield. Flurry looking for DeMond, looking for a prayer. Doesn't have it.
With 30 seconds left on the clock, just run it out.
Duke irate. There wasn't a foul called at midfield. This SU crowd incensed. Jones is just about ready to try to run this out.
That's exactly what you had to do as the Duke Blue Devils. Syracuse needed to put pressure on her sooner.
Jones just floats it forward. 10 to play. Cooper with it. Floats it forward to Vanderbosch. In the final seconds, tick down. The Duke Blue Devils, they survive. Maggie Graham with a game-winning goal inside the last 2 minutes. What a match here at SU Soccer Stadium. Heartbreak for Nikki Adams' team. The Orange's 6-game winning streak comes to a close. Duke. The Blue Devils win it over Syracuse by a final of 1-0.
You have so much ACC left to play. This can give you confidence still, despite that late goal, that effort. Syracuse, you have so much to be proud of, especially against the number 3 ranked team in the country. Again, there is so much of conference left to play. And honestly, if I'm Syracuse, I'm crossing my fingers that in the postseason, I get to play Duke again.
What a match. So glad you can join us here on ACC Network Extra. Maggie Graham with the winner. And Syracuse, they fall short. The Orange, they'll be back in action on Thursday against UNC. Duke returns home to Durham, and they'll face Boston College. For Sydney Staples, I'm Zach Letson. Thanks so much for joining us here on Friday night. And we'll see you right back here at SU Soccer Stadium or tuning in on ACC Network Extra on Thursday.